Hey, wake up. Ready for some spiritual manna? Hello and welcome to the Good Info Cafe, where multiple intelligences meet each day. I'm JK. Today, as it is in heaven, as it is in heaven on earth. Okay, got a lot going on and a lot of props, and I got cashews for our breaking bread today. So get out your nutritious input, and then the book Heaven. I'm going to read this with my cousin who lives on the West Coast, and we're going to talk about it. And I got this right here, and some of it got erased. And I got my rubric, so how I grade things. And I'm not going to play on the back of this guitar, this beautiful 1938 Gibson L5 original natural finish, and with original white pickguard and the original case and the receipt and all that. So I'm going to play the Golden Rule, and then I'm going to teach guitar players. Norman asked about teaching how to play Love Your Enemies, my original song. This is also the Golden Rule's original song, and it was written inspired by the World Cup. And so with the U.S. Go USA women soccer team playing on Sunday against the Netherlands for the championship, for the final, for the who's going to be the best team in the world. And I might have mentioned before that Jill Ellis, the coach of the U.S. national women's team, reminds me of her father. I knew her father just from going to his indoor soccer complex in Manassas, Virginia, back in the 80s and 90s. And she always has that, almost always has a little wry smile, a very knowing smile, but also that she keeps things light, so it's a very good quality. And her dad had that quality. He always had a little wry smile, wry joke, whatever. Nice guy, John Ellis. And she was younger, running around the soccer, it was called the Soccer Network or Sports Network or something like that. So go Jill Ellis and the U.S. women's national team. I predict that Rose Lavelle, I think her name is, she's a midfielder, she's due to score. I'm getting a sense she's going to score a spectacular goal. So this is Wednesday, July 3rd, and they're playing Sunday 4, 5, 6, 7, July 7th. So I'm predicting that Rose Lavelle will score a spectacular goal in the World Cup. So okay. So I just have notes here. It's going to be rough all over the place, but it's also late today. Just a lot going on. So I'm still Sundays and Wednesdays meeting at the Good Info Cafe, and then the videos play through the week so that the multiple intelligences meet each day. Somebody is viewing this video each day. And the other, a new thing that I'm thinking about is that this is a place where believers and non-believers can meet in a respectful place to converse. So I want to develop that, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm just looking at my notes, and then talk about who is welcome and who's not welcome. Right now, believers and non-believers, but within those groups, it's got to be people who have some level of being humble and are open to hearing other person's good faith effort, opinions, and that kind of thing, where we can talk about God, not God, Book of Revelations, the prophecies from the Bible. The end times is a big one, and honoring Jenny Task Force. And how we talked about the Book of Revelations all the time, and how that was her introduction to religion and Christianity was the book of Revelations. I love that you told me that. And I feel her spirit. Also, I want this channel to grow organically, and that's why I haven't done a lot of pushing to push it out there, because I was developing as a beta, and it's still developing, but it's organic growth. So that brings me to this. So I'm going to put this down for a second very carefully. This is Stradivarius of guitars, absolutely. And so happy Independence Day. Independence Day, America. July 4th is specifically Independence Day. July 4th is just another day also. It has other meanings, but when we say 4th of July, it has a powerful meaning. So my question of the day is there any other country that's 250 or 200 years old or older that lasted for at least 200 years in the history of the world, history of what we know, that has done more to maintain the good in the world and improve the world for the better? Is there any country? Because yes, there are plenty of criminal elements who are part of our government who did horrible things, and a lot of the intelligence communities and doing nefarious things and bad things. But that doesn't represent the constitutional republic that we are. Thomas Jefferson wanted to free the slaves in the Constitution, but he was advised against it. So they looked at the Magna Carta and the history of ideas to come up with this experiment in Constitutional Republic, and democracy is a big part of that. And I say, well, I'm not going to answer it, but I say that America is the best that's come along of a country that's lasted more than 200 years, better than any other country. But this is open to believers and non-believers and those who don't agree with me. So is there any other country that's done better, has done? I know it has to be a balance between the good and the bad that America has done. So any country that's done as much good, overcoming the negative part, because there's plenty of bad things that the people in America misusing America and misusing the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. So those concepts and following those things is for the better, and it has helped make the world a better place. And so where are we? I guess before I forget, so get your nutritious input. It is now time for nutritious input. Starting to hurt a little bit. So I got these cool new pants, and they're very cool because it's got a zipper. Well, they'll zip into shorts. So convertible, they're called convertible cargo pants, something like that. I just got 2 pairs today. So very significant for something and etc. So, okay. So, thank you for the feedback from the last video. Things that to keep doing, and you regulars. So here we go, and some of the names got sorry. So Sean, but there's 6, 12 of very regulars, and then 24 who have come multiple times, visitors and regulars. Thank you. And for fun, I'm going to grade Norman. And Norman, you're going to get a good grade. But I am the teacher of the Good Info Cafe and the master chef of information. So I'm going to give a grade for Norman. I said the question, and you're going to get a good grade, Norman, like the spiritual manna. I mean, come on. And I'll grade others too. I just thought Norman would be a good one to start with. So yes, regulars, I'm going to give you a grade. However, you can give me a grade. And this is what I base my grades on. And it's a lot of information. So that's my rubric. And it gives the excellent, which is an A, then a good, which is a B, and then what does that say, average? Yeah, average is a C, and below average, and then, hey, what are you talking about? So grade me also based on this, or I'll take any grade, but I'll certainly, I think that's a good standard to use. And so that's the 6 concepts of accurate, authentic. Well, accurate, authentic is 1. Access, context, clear, relevant, refined. That's what my grade is going to be for you guys. And you can give me that grade. And so I'll just do my grade for Norman. I guess I could use this as the scale. So this is a 0. That's 50. That's 100%. And Norman, you're up there. You get an A. You know, it could anywhere from 90 to 100%. You're in there. And so congratulations. And I'm going to also show how to play Love Your Enemies. I think I said that. And because spiritual manna, I mean, that's awesome. And you made great comments and so heartfelt and peace. And then your music. So, and your music appreciator and your music that you have. So I thought I would grade my regular stuff. So there you have it. And some I haven't seen in a while, but it's been more than 50 have shown up more than once, and you know, so it's organic growth. I'm not trying to push it till it gets established more. So where am I? Cashew Spiritual Manna, the Heaven book. I showed that, right? Yeah. So really cool that Sean has read this, and she said she's going to brush up on it. And okay, so I'm just looking at my notes. Oh yeah, so believers and non-believers. So multiple intelligences, so that's all, I broke it up into 9 or 10 categories. Howard Gardner, the one who developed it in modern times, I mean the concepts have been there a long time, is he broke it into 7. And I say moral intelligence, ethical intelligence is the most important. So, and then I don't know if it prioritizes much after that. Also about America, I was trying to think of a song, and yeah, there's God Bless the USA is a good one for now. And then I thought I would just make one up. So let me, USA Independence Day, USA Independence Day, freedom, oh freedom, something with that. That just came to my head. If I could do this full time, I would write songs all the time, and they do just come to me. So here we go. Norman, Love Your Enemies. I think I'll do I'll do Love Your Enemies, and then I'll perform. Do I have my pick somewhere here? Where did my pick go? I need my pick. My kingdom for a pick. I had it right there. It is. All right. So, but I need that for the golden rule. So there you go. It's in almost mint condition, but it was played professionally for about 10 years. All right. So Norman, here we go. I'm gonna turn it here. So I play open. Everything's open. Then I put my ring finger here because I end up, well, anyway, I put my ring finger here on the F sharp on the high E, and then open again. And then I play D major. I guess it's like this. I need to show. D major, then love your enemies, even if you have to kill them. Evil, ruling control freaks don't care a damn about you. And here's the key one: is so I'm doing every other string. So I'm playing the high E, then I skip the B, and then I go to the G string, and I go to the A string. A string, yeah. And so these are, the rest are open. And I keep that formation with the next chord. So it's every other. So unite the fight left to right. Whatever the words are. I can't think. Unite the fight left to right. Left, LGBTS and black to white. Da 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 da. Then you know where it's a C major. Where C major with the G in the bass. C major. And I put a. So there's your regular C, and then I put a G in the bass. Where A minor is God. E minor, what have you done to your creation? G major. Back to the C major. Oh, my Lord, you said to buy. This is E minor. Buy, then to D. A sword. Hate, open, can be a good thing if you're hating something bad. Evil is something bad to hate. And you say, yeah, unite the fight. So it's that chord. Unite. And I looked up the names, and they're long names and crazy names. I just made these up. I've never seen anyone else play these. But there you go. Those are the chords. So it's every other string, every other string. Right? There we go. And there we go. So you keep the same formation of the fingers. All right, then it's just a C, A minor, E minor, G, C, A minor, E minor, D. All right, cool. All right, so now, the golden rule. And did I get to everything? We had bread together, and you got my question today, and I gave Norman a grade of an A. And then where does grading others fit in with the highest priorities? The survival of life is the number one priority. But grading each other in a sincere, good faith effort to give feedback is a good thing, and I'll put that in the top 20. It's in the category of growing and learning when it's heartfelt and honest and helpful. There we go, in terms of grading. All right, so the golden rule. Since you can't compete if there's no one to beat, how do you show that you got what it takes? You got to push it up to reach the golden cup. The golden rule, who's gonna rule? Can you hope to reach the dream without the other team? They're the ones that help to challenge you, say. Must we cooperate with the ones we're supposed to hate? Give your best to others as you'd have them give their best to you. The golden rule, who's gonna rule? The golden rule. Are we all just one? When it's done, we must be definitely ever free. gonna rule the golden rule? Who's gonna rule? Oh, we all just one. Oh, we all just one. Give your best to others as you'd have them give their best to you. The Golden Rule by info artist JK. Check out the back of that guitar, baby. Check out how shiny that is. And I don't shine it up either. Original end piece. Not original tailpiece, but everything else is original. The bridge, the pickguard was 1938. The frets, it's never been refretted, hasn't been refinished. Has not been refinished at all. I have the receipts and the pictures. Certain person in Nashville that thinks they tried to say otherwise. Anyway, verified. You guys are awesome. We're at the 21 whatever minute mark, and I think that's it. So I want this channel now, I do want it to grow so that non-believers will make comments, and we can have a great discussion and forum and back and forth about God, not God, end times, not end times. So getting the perspective of those who aren't believers. And yes, I am, many of us are, and we will be interested in witnessing to others, but they're going to witness to us. The non-believers are going to try to, some will try to get us thinking that way, and so it's not just like we're going to be trying to convert people. It goes back and forth. Everyone has a belief system and a way of life. That's it. Belief system and way of life. Or the way of life part is the action part. So what a belief system and their actions. When I say way of life, that's talking about the way you live your life. So that's actions. So everybody has that. So often the non-religious or the religious haters get up on their high horse all the time. So this is not going to be where dum-dums can bash Christians. And when I say Christians, I mean followers of Jesus. Jesus was the Jewish Messiah, is the Jewish Messiah. He never said he wasn't Jewish. He celebrated the Jewish festivals and all that. So anyway, happy Independence Day for tomorrow and when some of you are watching this. And I am going to be working tomorrow, so I'll be downtown near all that stuff and trying to find out about road closures and all that. But my main point I wanted to get across is to now get this so that non-believers feel welcome here, just not the dum-dums and the haters. And you know what I mean by haters, because hate can be a good thing if you're hating something bad. Evil is something bad to hate, and you say, yeah. So I think that was the main one. And then that I'm growing this organically, and it's great to know so many of you now knowing your thoughts, your multiple intelligences, and I look forward to meeting some of you at some point. And I think that's it. I think that's it. So I think that's it. So I think that's it. Goodbye for you, Brent. Are we in? Yes, I already answered that one. We are in the end of an age. So this channel has helped me answer that. We are in the end of an age. What kind of age are we in the end of? But are we in the last days? Are we in the end times? Which ends up then going to 1,000 years of peace. You guys are awesome. Let's keep meeting at the Good Info Cafe.